Thank you. Preservation of capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downsides at the same time. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures education and training program. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was created by Chad Christian, is owned by Chad Christian, who we call the coach because coach trains us and educates us and encourages us, gives us motivation, everything a good coach would do on how to navigate the muddy waters of everything in the stock market, whether it's stock options, crypto, futures, day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, retirement investing, you name it, if it can be traded or used as an investment vehicle. Coach teaches us that every single day. Coach is live each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm live here Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time with the Futures Education Program. And then we have the Aftermarket Show with Don, which is on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. That's just as it sounds. It's after the market close. We're not trading actively anymore, and it's a good place to kind of hang out, talk about your trades. Don usually has a topic of the day most days, and some days not. And they'll just kind of lay back, chill. You can join the panel and talk with a live mic there. It's an advantage of that show, and you can ask questions with her also. Same way here on all your live social feeds. If you do have a question, feel free to tap it down into your chat box, and we'll do our best to answer your question as time allows, and we'll do that live. So welcome, everybody. I am Mark McSee. I am a moderator here with AmericanDreamTrading.com, and happy you could be here. If this is your first time being with us today, make sure you click that subscribe button. Also, click your notify button so that you don't miss any of our future broadcasts. If you would happen to miss a broadcast, you can always go back at the conclusion of this broadcast and any others and review it on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, along with all past and future broadcasts that are posted over there automatically on YouTube. You also find on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, over 2,000 training videos that you can watch for free. Okay, so check that out. For those of you who are on TikTok, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. For those of you that's on YouTube already, click subscribe either on TikTok or Facebook or LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, you name it. All the social media networks we're on them, Instagram. Always have a backup feed in case, let's just say, YouTube has issues on the internet and they go down. You can join us on TikTok or Facebook or one of the other ones. Always have a backup plan in life, right? So, anyhow, we're glad that you can be here. We try to answer questions. We may even conduct some live training and everything on top of it. So let me answer this first question. Ghost comes up here right off the bat and asks, why are you selling your training courses so expensive if you claim you are helping people? Well, we are helping people. You can watch this broadcast for free to your heart's desire. But when you want to step up your training, and really get serious about it, then paid membership is the way it goes. I'm not going to apologize for us having paid memberships because memberships has its privilege. What you see here on these free lives is just the tip of the iceberg of all the training and education. Matter of fact, we go live at 4 a.m. Eastern time, and we are live in our Zoom calls clear up till 4 p.m. Eastern time. And also, our VIP Gold members actually have trainings on Saturdays. And on top of that, everything's recorded in case you miss it. And if you look at the cost versus the benefits, it's actually very inexpensive. And we do offer different levels of membership to fit just about everybody's budget. So whenever Ghost, you're ready to step up your training, check it out, AmericanDreamTrading.com. We are an education company. We're not a call out group. Call out groups will tell you to buy XYZ now, sell XYZ now. Do those work? You may get lucky once in a while, right? Problem is, a lot of them, time you get that information, it's already moved past where it needed to be, and you may be getting it a little bit too late. The other issue is, what if the person that you're listening to, your little call out group, ceases to exist, decides they're not going to do it anymore, and then what do you do, right? You learn nothing. We want to educate you so that you develop a skill that nobody can take away from you. So if American Dream Trading would happen to cease exist tomorrow, I know that I can continue to do this without American Dream Trading being there. Do I want Coach to go away? Of course not. Right? We have a very strong community. We have Coach there to mentor us. The reason that Ghost, another reason, is membership has its privileges, is that 90 to 95% of all day traders fail in the first year. Why is that? Well, the statistics, and you can look it up on the internet for yourself. There's been lots of detailed studies done on it, that the 90 to 95%, depending which study you read, fail. Number one, they don't have a mentor. They don't have an organized way of training to learn, to have somebody to go to. Mentors are very important, right? In life in general, right? We learn from our parents to start with, right? And maybe you're fortunate enough once you're an adult, you get a mentor and maybe your career that you have that can really help guide you and give you hints and things like that that you can grow from and better yourself or any other skill you want to think of, right? Doesn't have to be work related. It could be, you know, learning how to play guitar, right? Or gymnastics or whatever that, Nobody goes to the Olympics and gets a gold medal by doing it on their own, do they? No, they have a coach that teaches them and guides them and gets a gets a good program behind them and works with them so that they can increase and grow in their skills. And that's what coach is to us. Not only that, another reason that people fail a lot of times day trading on their own, let's face it, a lot of us are in our basements or in our bedrooms or wherever, and we're in there all by ourselves, right? After a while, that gets to be a very, very lonely thing if you don't have anybody to communicate with or ask questions. I don't understand why this didn't work, or I don't understand this or that. Having a community behind you is also very important. So there's a lot of benefits to membership. And yes, we do sell memberships. That is our main goal, actually. We're giving you a taste here. And again, I don't apologize for that. All I can tell you in my personal experience and the anecdotal experience of our other members is that membership, getting those as skyrockets their learning and understanding and the growing of their skills over time. I've purchased every single membership Coach has to offer over time. Now I'm a moderator, so that has some benefits with it. But now I haven't always been a moderator. I started out just like everybody else, small account, and build it up from then as I grew in my understanding and knowledge and experience. So thank you, Ghost, for asking that question. Gives me more opportunity to talk about AmericanDreamTrading.com. Did that answer your question there, Ghost? Right? If it didn't, let me know. All right, so I see people coming in. There's Doug over there, Ghost, and a bunch of others just popping in over there at TikTok and over there on YouTube. See Ralph, Eminem. Hey, how's it going, Maria? Good to see you. Thank you for that kind words over there. Glad you could join us for a couple hours this morning. We are live from 2 to 4 every single day here. So thanks for being here. Again, make sure you click subscribe. Thank you, Ghost. right? Good. So people can ask anything. You're not going to offend me. Why? Why, Ralph? Why can't people offend me? Or Ange? Why can't people offend me with their questions? Why?
You can't offend boomers.
Yeah, that's right. You can't offend a boomer. Us boomers don't have feelings. I'm a get off my lawn kind of guy, right? So I play that boomer thing up more so than I probably should sometimes. But yeah, I no. You can ask anything. Hey, I'm not afraid to answer any one of your questions that you have. You have a serious question, I will answer it. Right? That's the reason why. So again, a gymnast is not going to get the gold medal. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yep, he's a boomer. You're right. Uh, so again, nobody's ever won the Olympics in gymnastics without a coach behind them. Very important. So yeah, I can't. Quite honestly, I can't imagine. I mean, I love what I'm doing. Can I do it if American Dream trading ceases to exist? Yep. I've been doing this for over 2 years. This is my sole source of income. This is my vocation. This is my job, if you want to call it that. I don't look at it as a job, even though it really is, because the income that I generate every day doing this pays my bills. So, when the electric guy comes and stands on the porch with my hand out, I'm able to pay him. When the car payment guy puts his hand out, and so on and so forth. Keeps a roof over my head, puts food on my table, keeps the wife happy. That's all I care about, right? So this is really not about how much money I make. It's making sure that I have enough money plus a dollar more. That's my definition of success. If I have a dollar left in my checking account after I pay all my bills and be able to do the things in life that you enjoy that takes money, I'm happy. That's my definition of success. Some people think having $1 million is a definition of success, right? So, all right, Alex, you'll ask and I'll answer over there on YouTube. Who am I again? Is this the first time I see you? Well, if this is the first time you've been to this program, yes, it will be the first time you saw me. I am Mark McSee. I am a moderator with American Dream Trading. I've been here quite a while, so thank you for joining us for the first time. I'm the same one you've always seen here. Prior to me, Ange and Aaron built up the Futures program, and Ange hosted for a while. So, welcome to the stream, Alex. Good to see you. Glad you could be here. Click that subscribe button and to notify so that you won't miss any future broadcasts. Good to see Morsel share our live. Thank you, Morsel, for that over on, and King for following. Partial off following. Thank you for those followings, likes, and shares. If you'd share this feed, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let's click them likes. We're up to 400 over there on TikTok. That's kind of slow this today. That's okay. Let's click, click, click away. Uh, just so you know, with our futures membership, we were training for 2 hours before we even started this live broadcast with our paid members. And we normally don't, at least I don't, I normally don't trade while I'm in training mode. I mean, we're in there in a small group setting, so everybody kind of help talks. Maybe Ange has something she wants to add, or anybody, any of the paid members, and we'll get on different subjects sometimes. Sometimes we'll talk 10 or 15 different topics, and other times we'll talk about one all day. So we were walking around the block today, and people were calling out, "Hey, look at that! Look at this indices; they're dropping. What's going on?" Right? And then another member said, "Oh, look at the Q's dropping. Oh, they're dropping too. Everything that's back here, everything started dropping." And then somebody said, "Oh, look at oil. Oil's dropping. What's going on? See this big drop here?" We were literally sitting here watching this drop right in front of our face while we were talking without getting into it. I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to jump in the trade, so I made a quick $1,300 just by riding this, and I missed most of it. I got in down here somewhere and rode that baby down and got out down there whenever it started to bottom out here and consolidate a little bit. I'm like, up, time to pull the plug, got out. That's something we normally don't do. Like you see on my screen here, it's clearly, I don't know if you can see it with the thing scrolling across the bottom of your screen, but the bottom of here, it does show that I am on a paper trading account now. I don't trade my real account when I'm in training mode for the simple reason I don't want to wreck my account, right? If I'm talking to you, answering your questions, looking at 5 different screens I got in front of my face here, it's easy to get distracted and I'll miss out on a trade or something, not paying attention to what's going on. So I always use a paper trading account while I'm talking to you live. But we will conduct live trades. And all paper trading account is just a simulated account. All brokers offer this to you. So once you sign up with a broker, doesn't matter. I use Webull right now, and I have it tied to what you see on my screen is TradingView. It's a software, independent software. Has nothing to do with American Dream Trading. It's a subscription based. So I just like it. It has a lot of different things to offer than the standard brokers that I've used. So I have my Webull, who I use as my broker, that I trade where my trading accounts at, and I have it. Webull's one of the brokers you can actually attach to TradingView, so I can use my TradingView screen, and I can enter and exit trades at will here. Okay, so it enters and exits trades in real time using fake money, of course. And the purpose of that is so that you can learn the mechanics of the software. What buttons do I have to click to get in a trade? What buttons do I have to click to get out? And there's usually 4 or 5 ways your brokers allow you to do that, right? So that, and then you can learn how to do charting and all that stuff without risking your real money. You should never, ever use your real money while you learn it, right? We don't want to see you wreck your account. Matter of fact, we tell you when you come to American Dream Trading, don't even fund account. There's absolutely zero reason for a new trader to fund a real trading account when they're first getting started. You want to come in and listen, take notes, listen, listen, listen. Once things start to make sense, then you can dig deeper into the different trading strategies and techniques and how to read charts and indicators and all that. But we want you to come in and listen without funding an account. If you fund an account, you're going to be tempted to use it before you're really ready education wise, right? They don't, they don't hand you a diploma on your first day in your freshman class of college, do they? No, you got to complete the 4 years or 2 years by showing up every day and doing the work. And that's kind of what you want to do here. We can't stop you from opening an account any more than we can stop you from clicking your mouse and buying something. But our advice to you is come in and listen. You weren't making money in the stock market yesterday, so why are you worried about making money in the stock market today? Take your time, learn. Preservation of capital is more important than making money. Money you lose today, you can't trade tomorrow, right? And that puts undue pressure on you, especially if you're like me and I'm paying my bills, my monthly bills out of my trading account, right? This is my full-time vocation. I don't do anything else. I don't have a 9 to 5 job per se, right? So I don't have anybody to pay me sick pay if I don't show up today. If I don't get out of bed, come down here and trade, I don't make money. It's that simple. And I love this. Is it easy? No, it's very hard. If it was that easy, everybody would do it, right? Statistics prove 90 to 95% of day traders fail. So I am I used to do coach's 2 minute EWO trading strategy for the first good full year. And then I progressed. Now I'm a scalper. I get in and out of trades rather quickly now. It doesn't mean I don't hold on to them for a while, but as a general rule, I'm in and out. I see the momentum, I grab it, I get in, I get out, take what I can get, jump back in later. So, what do we have? I see Alex. I see Doug's already answering it over there. This is the futures. That is correct. Day trading, yes, you can do all that. You can day trade, you can swing trade, long-term trade in the futures market. It's different than trading stocks. It's different than trading stock options. While it does have its similarities, there is some differences and some advantages and disadvantages. This is all I trade now, is futures. I was pretty much a stock option trader, which is one of the harder things you can do, right? But it has advantages also. But I've since what probably November, I've done nothing but this. I haven't really even traded a stock option probably since, without going back and looking for sure, probably since November of this past year. I just this is how much I love what I do here. I really do. Um, and it's exciting. Why do I like it? Well, number one reason is when I enter a trade and then exit the trade, the money is instantly credited to my account. So I can retrade that money immediately. If you're in a cash account over trading stocks or stock options, they have what they call +1 settlement date. So you have to wait till the next morning before you can trade that same money over again. So So I like the instant settlement. I'm not restricted on how much I can churn my account in one day. Once I use all my settled cash trading stocks or stock options, I'm done for the day, whether that's in 5 minutes or 5 hours or whatever, right? Here, I can sit here and trade literally all day long if I want to. Now, that's dangerous because then you get into a gambling mentality. We don't want that either. So, just because you can doesn't mean you should. The other thing I like about futures trading is I can trade 23 hours per day. The only thing that lets you trade more is crypto. Crypto markets are generally open 24 hours a day. So trading futures, the only time it's closed is between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern time. Again, everything's out of Chicago, so they always say 4 to 5 Central time. Um, so that's what I like about it. And we do, and I do, a lot of our members do together, is we trade in the evenings when there is less volume, but the things, there's enough volume that the contracts still move. You also have less world leaders getting on TV and running their mouths, right, causing dramatic swings in the market when you don't know it's coming. There's no generally economic news releases, at least in the United States during that time period, and it's just it's just a more relaxed, laid back kind of. You don't have them wild volatility swings that you do during the general New York Stock Exchange Open. So there's a lot of reasons to love it. So the instant settlement of the cash that's a game changer. I don't know how many times I had churned my account trading stocks or stock options, and I was done to the day. And what you know it, a half hour after I was done because I used my whole account up for the day, something broke out really big, and I could have made $1 billion on a trade. Now at least I have an option. It's not that I sit here for 24 hours, but my wife thinks I do. But you know, um, you can. It has the potential that you can trade around your schedule. So if you still have a 9 to 5 job and you want to do this kind of like part time, supplement your current salary, you can do that. Like if you work day shift, well, you can come in at night, and trade. We have a lot of people with 9 to 5 jobs within American Dream Trading that still choose to work at their job and trade. And they'll get up early in the morning before they go to work. The ones that have, at work afternoons, they'll trade in the morning and then go to work. And ones at midnight, they can come trading, when they get home, or they can get up later and trade. So it gives you more opportunities to conduct trades than you have with the general 9:30 to 4 New York Stock Exchange time clock. So that's why I like it. And I do a lot of trading in the evenings. So, all right, M&M. Oh, you started paper trading on Tradeovite. Good for you. I'm going to be switching mine over there probably end of the week, first of next week, possibly. So I started to say we were sitting here during our training session, and we were talking about a couple good things. Ange was discussing some things, gave us some pearls of wisdom there. And people started calling things out. Well, what happened was we looked here and like, what is going on? Somebody's on the news. We couldn't find anything. Doing a quick scan and on the internet news, didn't see on. Then finally, somebody did say that our president was going to get on 1:30 and speak, but this was going on beforehand. Well, here after we was already into trade, looking at it, finally found out that OPEC had decided to increase their production. Well, with increased production, which means increased availability, now we have more, and that drops the prices, right? So that's what happened here. This just oil just dove down like crazy, and I normally don't trade my real count, but I couldn't stand anymore, and I jumped in there and ate somebody. So I don't do that. I probably won't do that again, but it was fun just by paying attention to what's going on with your charts. Now, if I'd have been staring at a gold chart, gold didn't even blink. See gold really do anything? Nope, never even moved. So the metal sectors weren't really affected by it. Neither was the euro currency sectors. It was just our U.S. indices and the oil markets. Of course, oil markets was what the news was on. So that was fun. It was different. Uh, our training sessions we have, sometimes, like I say, we talk about one subject or whatever's on a member's mind. We'll discuss our trades, what went good, what went bad, what are we going to do to fix it. If we don't know what to do to fix it, we'll actually look at that person's trade. What time did they get in? What time did they get out? and we'll evaluate it. So that's one of the good things that we can do to help each other. So and that's how we learn. Failure unfortunately does teach us, right? So we just try to reduce them. You're always going to have red trades every day. It's just the way it is. You control what you can control, but there's always those things you have no control over. But that's why we trade with stops so that we can control our losses as much as possible. So always trade with a stop. Now, Coach does have rules. He's got basically 8. They're actually simple rules. They're very easy to follow. If here's the key word, if you make a conscious decision to follow them. Being human, sometimes we decide we don't want to follow it, right? You know what I mean? And we end up losing money. I can pretty much tell you the majority of my losses are from breaking one of Coach's rules. Now, they're not all that way, but most of mine, based on the decisions I made on my own, caused me to lose money because I broke one of Coach's rules. You're always going to have those things where somebody comes in and dumps a bunch of shares, right? Contracts, and cause a big knife drop or go the opposite way, buy a bunch, and you're in a short and it goes against you. So, Coach has these 8 little rules. Somebody want to ask me what Coach's rules are over there in a paid membership? Uh-oh, the paid members went to sleep.
What are the rules?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Some of the rules. Okay, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes. Is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? Like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes, because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying woe is me. Stop saying I don't get it. Stop saying I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah, because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money, and it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right, and again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the, coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
There you go. There's Coach's rules. Very simple, right? They sound easy to follow, but yet we have people that don't follow them, and I'm occasionally breaking myself. And the result is as expected. You end up losing money because you can't follow 8 simple rules. Listen to the sound of Coach's voice, right? So good to see you over there, Vegan Knowledge. Joining us over there on YouTube. Hey, Vegan, did I ever tell you you're my favorite? She is, really. She's a special lady. Anyway, glad to have you here with us. Blown account. You say buy all the dips. Well, me personally, I've never said such a thing. But anyway, I'll read your statement anyway. Did you say, and the answer is no, buy all the dips when Trump took office, but all those buys have been slaughtered? Nope. I never said those words, never came out of my mouth once. I don't know who you heard that from, but it was not me. I don't look long term. I am a day trader. I'm trading the trades that are in front of me. I don't care what happens next week, next month, 6 months from now. I am a momentum trader. I get in and I get out, right? Does news matter? Yes, news does matter, right? We found that out today. We sat here and watched oil just drop like a rock, right? Why we watched it. And because OPEC came out and said that they were going to increase production in April, and they haven't done that they've held it at a fixed amount for a long time. Well, that's changed, so they've changed their stance. So, and that caused the price to drop because now there's going to be more availability. Again, can that change tomorrow? Yeah, all it takes is a world conflict to change that, right? Something to go wrong. Anyway, yep. And when you buy in the dips, that is called the wheel strategy. Do you know what the wheel strategy is? Blown account over there on YouTube. If that's what he said, then he probably said it. Why do you buy in the dips? That is part of the wheel strategy. Something drops, let's just make whatever percentage you want, 10%. You know, you get in there and add to your holdings. If it drops another 10, 15%, go in there and add to your holdings. Over time, eventually, the market goes back up and you can profit from that. That is called the wheel strategy. If you're not familiar with that there blown account, you'll see how that works by going to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. There's probably you'll find for free, if you'll invest the time and effort to do it, to go over and check out the wheel strategy. And Coach teaches extensively on that with our paid members. There's a correct and an incorrect way of doing that to be successful. Yes, anytime there's a dip, that is a chance to add to your holdings if that's the type of investor that you are. I am not that way. I take advantage of whatever I see in front of me. I am a day trader. That coach also teaches that. Anyway, yep. Well, you have no clue what you talk about there, Mr. Blown Account, because apparently with a name like that, you must have blown up your account. Buying on the dips is an investment strategy called the wheel strategy. Anytime it dips, you buy. Doesn't matter who's president, who's in charge, or what the reason is. A company can have bad earnings, and their price drops down into the basement, and that's a good opportunity to implement the wheel strategy and cover it up. Thank you for coming today. Anyway, do we have, let's see over here, do we have a video for getting out of trades, closing trades earlier? I'm struggling on that end. Yes, part of the education and training is knowing when to exit a trade, right? That takes experience, it takes training. Yes, we have plenty of those. Head over to American Dream Trading or over there on our YouTube account. Take a peek. If you're not a paid member, Coach does teach on that. Again, we never tell you when to get in, get out. That is up for you to decide. Why don't we tell you to get in and out? Because we're not licensed financial advisors. Neither I or anyone else associated with American Dream Trading will ever give you financial investment or tax advice. So, anyway, let's see. And it says, kind of watch the markets here. President is going to be going live, and usually there's a reaction to that. It could be good, it could be bad. We don't really care what he's going to say, right, per se. We just want to know what he says and how is that going to affect what we are in and trading at any given time, right? Just like OPEC come out today and said, oh, we're going to increase our production finally after all this time, right? So, and I could probably give you some reasons why, but I won't go into them. Some of those are political and some of them are financial reasons. But when they said that, boom, and we profited. Our paid members profited off this drop this afternoon. It was fantastic. Market's not crashing. All it's doing is pulling back right now, for now, right? A crash is an excessive amount percentage. We got the S&P is down substantially, but overall it's only down 0.85%, right? That's not the huge drop, and it's a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not discounting it that it's pulling, but percentage-wise, you get 1 to 2 to 3%. That's a really significant pullback. Right now, we are in a downward trend for last week and this week. So part of it's on news, part of it's on things that economic news releases from our country, right? There's a big event that's going to possibly happen tomorrow. Well, actually, midnight tonight, right? With the tariff talks, right? Now, those can always be extended and delayed or canceled altogether. The day's not over yet. So, one of these countries that we're going to increase our tariffs on, right, may meet the guidelines we're looking for, right? So, advantages and disadvantages. So, always be aware of what's going on. I'm not here to argue whether tariffs are good for the country or bad. They have their place. We already see companies reinvesting here to avoid all that increase, right? People aren't going to pay so much, right? Over here on YouTube Live, when scalping, I understand you use higher levels when you're actually using multiple time frames for scalp. Well, when I'm scalping, I use a 1-minute time frame myself. You could use it's a personal preference. It's not that I've actually been scalping on a 2-minute by accident, and I've done just fine. And it was after the fact I'm like, oh, I was on a 2-minute chart. But yes, I do like the 1-minute chart. A lot of people will also trade on a 30-second or a 15-second. I'm not one of those that does that. Why? Just because there's so many more candles and they're moving around, and you can see the movement a lot more. The 1 minute, I think, and Coach even teaches it too, it's kind of like a happy medium. It's giving you a very good reaction of what's going on currently without, the craziness of a 15-second candle where it's going up and down. Basically, the lower the time frame, the more likely you are to get scared and get out of the trade. So if you can smooth that out a little bit, go a little higher. I mean, you can even go. Some people trade on a 5 minute, right? And they're looking at it. You can still see candle movement, but until, now if I go on a 30-second, there's a lot more ups and downs. What's it doing now? This oil's not moving right now, especially this time of the day. But if you go to a lower time frame, you're going to see more candles with more movements, right? You're going to wonder what's going on. You'll get a lot of this breathe. You'll see more of the breathing because it's just a short time frame. So I like the 1 minute. Coach even recommends it also, being on a 1 time. It's kind of like a happy medium, right? Fast enough for to get your information without being too crazy looking. So good job over there, Doug, on YouTube. Thank you. All right.
Not in our, not in our house.
Yeah, I know. Good job. Good job. All right. Let's see. Are you guys sharing this video out there? I haven't seen anybody share it here recently. I do thank you for all those follows. So Lois over there on TikTok. Appreciate the follow. I see Miss C just joined. Thank you for joining today. Anyway, all right. Oh, let's see if there's something here. We see anything moving here a little bit. Maybe we can walk you through a live trade. Metals generally don't move heavily as far as volume wise in the afternoonish time frame. You can see they're kind of flat just because the volume's dropped off. Now we had a lot of movement on the metals today, but that's all kind of faded out a little bit. The currencies, I love trading the euro and the futures contracts. It's kind of the same thing. Currencies tend to slow down in the afternoons also. Oil, yeah, oil can move. I mean, obviously we had that move there at noon, but you can see it's got over that initial pullback, which is a good thing, right? Now it's down here because of the increased oil supply that'll be soon hitting the streets. So, am I looking at 5 minutes? No, I'm not. Well, okay, I see what you're asking. All right, so am I drawing levels? Well, the way I get my lines on the chart, a lot of people they'll start with a month, and they draw lines, and they'll go down to the day chart, and they'll add lines. It just keeps building and building. Um, and then there's no wrong way of doing it. It's what works for you. Just every time frame you're adding more lines. For me, personally, I do the 4-hour charts. It breaks that day chart up into um, multiple candles because you can get some wild swings. Now the other problem is you can see, look at all the lines I got on my chart, right? So I will usually start out on a 4-hour personally. Again, it's your chart. You do whatever you want with it, and I'll draw my lines, and then I'll go down to a 5 minute. Sometimes I've been going to 5 minute more here recently. Matter of fact, let me see. I found something. I read something somewhere. I actually took a picture of it, and I was going to try to prove it to myself to see if it was indeed true. Somebody had said that a 4-hour chart could be the same thing as a 15-minute on the lines. A lot of times, 1 hour could equate to a 5 minute, and 15 minutes to 1 minute. But I haven't proven that to myself. I was going to look at that, but I generally go with a 4-hour. Then I'll go down to maybe a 1 hour, and then I jump down to 2 minutes time frame. And then if I need to, I'll add 1 minute. I just get lines on to see what I want. The danger is you just got to watch you don't overdo it. Can I chart out each candle? Yeah, well that doesn't help you. Putting a line on every candle, I can put a line there, put a line there. You're trying to find where it touches multiple times when you zoom out on your chart, right? And that's where you draw your lines. You can see here, see these charts on the ES, there's a touch there, right? And I can scroll back and find other ones. Look at all the times it touches here, touches down here, right? There's a couple places it bounced and touched here. So that's what you're looking for, at least two or more. The more, the better. And then you snap a line there, and that gets you a good historical level where it's traded. And I'll continue to do so. I'll go back, because charts go up and down, right? and I'll just keep working back. I'm not going to go, obviously, here the ES is at 5,900. Let's just call it 6,000. I'm not going to go down and chart at 1,000 because what's the statistical odds of it going down to 1,000? None, right? So you don't need to do that. Just start out by going a good amount above where it's currently at and a good amount when it's down. And then if it happens to drop down lower than where it's really at, then you can go chart that after the fact. So I do that just quick, 4 hour, uh, sometimes I'll do the 1 hour and then the 2 minute, and I'll start there. But yes, I do scalp off the 1 minute. But see all these lines that I already drew from the 4 hour, the 2 minute, 5 minute, any lines that I drew on these different all show up on my chart, right? They're just different time frames. Does it matter that this is a 4 hour line and this is a 2 minute line? No, not at all. This is showing me a historical level that it hit, and I know it hit there enough times for me to draw a line on it. So as I approach these different historical levels that I've taken, really only takes 5 minutes to chart out a good chart. I know these are all my points of decision. I know as this comes down, oh look, there's a level of support that it bounced. Look, it didn't quite touch it, and it always won't, right? It's like throwing hand grenades. Close is good enough sometimes. Sometimes people will sell off or buy before it hits the support. They will buy, right? And it'll pull up beforehand because they all know that level's there, just like I do. If I can see it, so can everybody else, right? And I ain't the brightest bulb in the pack, so smarter people than me are also trading off them same levels, okay? So, and then the same way going up, I know as if this goes back up, I need to be cautious as it goes up and reaches these different levels. And my different indicators, I'm not only using lines I put here, but I'm also using my indicators, VWAP, there's a 200 MA, I got the 9, the 21, the 55. So there's a whole lot of things going on here that I have to interpret as fast as possible and whether I want to get in a trade or not. And I can literally do that within a few seconds, right? Probably even faster than that. When I'm talking about it, it takes longer, right? When you verbalize the words. But that's what I'll do. If this ain't moving, I'll go over here. I'll click on that one. I'll go look at currency. Is it doing anything? Nah. Let me go look at gold. Is it gold moving? Nah. What about the Russell? Is it doing anything? Oh, well, that's kind of looking decent. If it can break and hold below this level here, I might consider going into a short. Why? Because all my indicators are in the rear view mirror right now of the Russell. Now, I don't have very much volume there. You can tell the candle's not moving all that much. It's starting to pick up a little here. My volume bar is just, it's probably average volume for this time of the day. But it is on the downside of all my indicators. There's my VWAP, there's my 200, there's the 55, 21, and the 9. Now, why won't I enter this trade yet? Because it's already came down here and tested this level and wouldn't break through. It actually rejected off. Now it's coming back down. Got close to touch it again, and people didn't want to go that far, so they run the price up. Now it's coming back down again. Will I enter this trade? Yes, based on the criteria that I have through my training and education with Coach, AmericanDreamTrading.com. If I will only enter this trade to the downside, to the short side, if it breaks and holds below my level that I have marked here, because that level has significance here. Touch there. That was on last Friday. All right. Here's another play. You can see sometimes it actually breaks through that level, right? Now, if I go back and review my chart, maybe I need to tweak this a little bit down, maybe, right? So you'll see that as you scroll back. Just trace your line back. How strong of a level is that? I've seen it over here, but now as I scroll back, I see much more instances. See how it come down here? Again, it doesn't actually have to touch. I mean, that's close, right? So you can see people got scared when it came down to that support level, and they decided to get back into it. So you just scroll back and look at the information, rinse and repeat. That helps reaffirm in your mind, at least that's a historical level where there may be some activity. Does that mean that they won't sell off and this will blow right through? No, don't mean that at all. But when I get double bottoms or double tops, statistically, that means it will bounce off that and go up. However,
ES is on a double bottom.
Yep, it just probably looks like this, right? So now it's coming back. If it comes back to retest it in a shorter time period, which would be something like this, versus here's the first time it hit it, and then way back here, that would be a long time on the retest. So the more often that it retested in a short amount of time, that line may not be as strong. So there's a a good, again, I don't know. I trade to trade. It's in front of me. I don't form a bias, but I may have a better likelihood of it breaking through this time. But I'm not going to make that decision. Well, because all my indices are in my rear view mirror, so I can watch this. Now, what I would do here is number one, I can load up my order thing if I want to go short, right? I can come in here and I can load up. Let's just say I'm going to trade 5 contract with a stop loss, being coach's number 1 rule: never trade without a stop loss, right? So I will sit here and watch this. I will watch the L2, which is this order book, which is just another tool. Do you have to have this? No. I like having it. It shows you orders that are there that haven't been executed yet. And because they haven't been executed, people can cancel them. They can increase their order. They can decrease their order. They can move them higher. They can move them lower. So you just kind of got to look and watch where some of the big orders. What I'm looking at to the downside are my numbers here at the bottom of my bid side getting less. That would indicate it may want to pull through. As you can see, they're kind of just holding their own, right? They're not really going up. They're really not going down. It's consolidating because now we're at that same level again for, basically you might want to say the third time. This one didn't quite come down, right? I could always move my line up here, tighten it up a little bit, right? It's the same principle, right? Unless this breaks and hold below this line. So what I say break and hold, I mean I want to see one candle form under here and then another candle start to form before I even think about entering. It's a little more conservative. Can I scalp as soon as it breaks through? Yeah, but it's a good way to get your face ripped off if it's just a temporary. So now I'm seeing 32.5. What's this number here? That is 2132. I just call it 32. So I want to see numbers below 32, right? I'm just taking the last 2 digits, right? So I want to see consistent numbers breaking through here. There's 31. So looking pretty good for pulling to the downside, right? So, there's my break. Just like I said, boy, do I know what's going on or what? No, I'm looking at my L2. It's helping me. But now this is my first. It's broke. But what's my criteria? I want to see a break and hold, right? Could I jumped in there and scalped that and made money? Yep, I could have been in and out of that in seconds, literally, and made money. I see I'm losing money on here. But I'm waiting. I'm going to wait. Yeah, I'm giving up profits right now as a scalper. Yes, I could jump in that. But I want to show you my criteria for a continuation of the downside. See that? If you got in there, if you'd have jumped in that late, okay, see, we'll see what's going to happen. We're down here 27s. You can see this is at the 26s, but this is going down. So there's a confirmation. So I could jump in. I got it on a limit. I don't know why I did that. Run by. All right, so I can go down here, and if this fills right when I let go of it, it'll fill me, right? I got it on a limit. I didn't even fill it because I got it on a limit. I always do market. It's because when I click it, I want to buy it when I click it, right? Now I'll jump in here late. I'll show you the dangers of jumping in late, right? There, I'm up $200. I'm up right now. I'm up 25. Now I'm down 50. Now I'm minus 75. Now I'm up 107. See how this moves around? This is why you always trade with a stop. And this stop's actually really tight. I'm going to move that up out of the road. Right? So, if this sits here too long, I'll just go ahead and take my profit. I don't care. Right? So I clicked there. I ended up losing money. Right? Because I was talking, not paying attention. I could jump in here. I'm just jumping in willy-nilly just to prove a point. Right? When you jump in late, that is a good way to get your face wrecked, get your face ripped off, as we like to say. Now, so what am I looking for? There's 22s down here. I want to see these numbers get lower. If it's not, then I need to get out of the trade. I have a stop to stop me out if this goes against me. I always have a stop because this thing can shoot way up here, and then before you get out of it, you lose a lot of money. So right now, it's not looking good for me. I'm hanging in here just for a little bit. What I held in here, number one, I wouldn't have jumped in late like this. You don't chase candles. Never, never, never chase candles. If you missed a trade, you missed a trade. That's all there is. So now that I broke my rules of entry, I'm going to get out as soon as I see any money here, right? There we go. I got lucky, right? There's 250, right? I got out with 75 because I didn't click. I wanted to show you that you can see that number there. So, and I can rinse and repeat, do that over and over and over again, right? So, there's my stop loss. I always trade with a stop loss. Got to give it some room to move, right? Again, jumping in without reevaluating each trade is a dangerous thing. You should never do that. It develops bad habits. I didn't do that here. I didn't look to see what the L2. I want to see 20s show up down here, and they're not, right? What do I see? These numbers getting bigger, right? Look at that. See, now it's showing you it's going against me. So now I'm trading on hopium. Hopium, it goes back down, right? And it's not looking. I'm leaving this run just to show you. So there's some 21s, right? Am I going to get lucky and it pulls back? If I do, it's pure luck. But you can see how I use the L2. Had I evaluated it before I entered this trade, I wouldn't have be losing money right now, right? Again, don't freak out. This is not real money. This is my paper trading account. I'm using it as an example to show you not only how to enter trades properly, but also what happens when you don't enter trades properly. So you need to evaluate each trade. And that is really a dangerous thing as part of the futures, the way it's designed in the instant settlement of your account. I can jump in and out. I mean, I can literally come over here with one button. I can come over here. I got one button down here, same thing over here, top left. But I can come in here and trade without a stop. Just click buy, sell, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. Literally in seconds. Watch. Watch my screen, and the order will pop up right here. So I can go, I'm going to go buy, right? Right there. If I see that turn green, I can click sell it, right? So you see I'm losing. Or if I make a bad decision, I can click sell and get right out of it. Or I can hit my flatten button. There it goes. I'm up $50. So I can click that button as soon as it shows green and lock in my profits and get in and out. So is this going to go up or what? So there I'm up to $50. I locked it in that quick. I can jump right back in with a click of a button. Again, I'm not evaluating my trade. It's not how to do it. Okay. I'm just showing you the dangers of future trading. There's 275 I locked. If I let that run, I'd be up more money. The danger of having, and you have to be cognizant of this, of having a futures margin account is that you can do that very thing. You click 1,000 times a day getting out of trades. And then you get into, well, now I'm gambling, right? I'm got hopium. Now, and again, you have to let it grow enough because every time you click that button, there's fees associated with entering and exiting a trade. So, but that's, you can make a lot of money. And I do well doing that very thing, jumping in and jumping out. Now, I don't, it's not that I haven't, but I don't trade like that. I don't just click a button, get in, get out, get in, get out, get out. I don't do that. I want to see a good setup. And my basic criteria for entering a trade, which is not this, is when it breaks and holds on the break below the 9 EMA, as long as most of my, if not all, if most of my indicators, if I'm doing a short, are behind me in the rear view mirror. Same way when entering on the long side, if all my indicators are below me, right, and the 9, the 21, the 55 are in numerical order, that way, in other words, this would be just flipped over, the inverse of this. Then I would enter also whenever there's a break and hold, which here's your break of the 9. See, it got below that line. And here's my confirmation candle. I would enter here. And not all this down here is profit. And I don't have to worry as much about this little fluctuation that's going on, right? Entry is the key. So I try to follow that. That's my criteria that I learned here at American Dream Trading, right? That's one of many investment strategies that you can use. Okay. Does it work 100% of the time? No, not at all. Sometimes I'll get in here and all of a sudden people start buying and it'll go against you. You never know. But that's why you use stops for that sudden pullback on you in the opposite direction. So, yeah, you don't want to get crazy like that because you get into a gambling mentality. I'm just jumping in. You have to have criteria for getting into a trade. You have to know what a good trade looks like, right? And you make decisions based on that moment in time that it's a good trade, then you can get in it, right? And just hope it don't go back. Well, you always have to remember anytime you click that buy button, you have the opportunity to lose your money. So, do I only take trades if all the MAs are stacked? Will asks. No, quite honest with you. I can have, let's just say, VWAP at a 200 or down here for some reason, right? That this rose real quick. Now it's pulling back, and the long-term indicators haven't caught up because these are all trend lines that are formed based over time in price movement and volume movement in case of VWAP. So you can have these down here. So I would basically, you'll hear me once in a while say, oh, it's a 6-star trade. Well, that would mean everything's behind me. That's not a legal trading term. That's just something we say. That's just to say, hey, it's a great trade. All the stars have aligned, right? It's a 6-star trade. Now, these could be down here, as long as I have enough room between the VWAP and the 200, which are your number one and number two strongest indicator. If they're down here all the way, I'll still take this trade. But I know that as it approaches VWAP and the 200, if they're down here, that, I got to be pay attention about getting out of my trade. It may bounce off and reverse on me. So now if VWAP and the 200's right here up close, no, I'm not going to take that trade. It's got to have enough room to make it worth my entry, right? So anyway, so yes, you have to use wisdom also. Is it worth putting this skin in the game for that amount of room that I have? In this case, it's still a 6-star trade. Now I'm at a level here. Do I want to wait for this break and hold? Which is what I would do. I would play to the downside on a break and hold. Again, I'm going to wait on the break, which is trying, and then I want to see another candle, which would be the hold, right? So I do that all day long. So there is a lot of sitting and wait for the good setups. You don't want to just jump in there like crazy, like I was showing you by clicking in and out like a madman, right? You don't trade that way. I mean, people with large sums of money, hundreds of thousands, $500,000 trades, they do that. They don't, if it moves one tick, they've made a boatload of money right off the bat, and they'll lock it in. I trade sometimes like I got a boatload of money and I don't, right? So here it is. It's still sitting here, breaking hold in the L2. They're all kind of stacked up. I'm not really all that convinced there's a huge order to pull it down here that excites me, but I'm watching these numbers. 217 is down here. If I see some 216s, I'd be more enticed to enter this. Okay, so there's some 216s coming down there. Yeah, I'm up. I got in here at what appeared to be a good entry at the time, right? I'm up 125. Can I lock that in? Yep. All I got to do is click that button. But I'm going to let it run. I'm going to watch these numbers. As long as these bottom numbers on my L2 order book are getting smaller, I'm going to keep this going, right? That doesn't mean it's not going to be a fluctuation, but I'm watching. Now I'm up $500, right? Now I will tell you in real life, I would have already took that, right? I like locking in my profits as it goes down, but I'm going to let this run just for the simple fact of showing you here on the L2, I'm watching these numbers. If these quit decreasing or they pause, then I would get out of the trade. As you can see, now I'm giving up money here. See how these numbers aren't decreasing anymore, right? So people get nervous when that happens and they'll start getting out, right? But if I start seeing some 13s down here, I'm going to stay in it for a little bit. I may entice me to stay in. See, there's a green candle. I got out. See, I locked in whatever that was, 275. Does that mean it won't go back down? That could be a temporary pullback. But I can sit here and do this all day long. That was a long trade for me. So I can do this all day long. So that's what the break and hold is there, Will, over there on YouTube live chat. There's the break. There's my candle. It's not really a pure, I haven't seen enough. And one of the reasons this hasn't shot down yet is because there's an imaginary line here. So this regression channel, it breaks that, it'll tend to fall. It's just another point of resistance. And I'm sure if I look straight across here somewhere, let me just put a line on there temporarily, which I always say temporarily and then I forget to erase it. I could probably scroll back and find historically, if I went back far enough, I'm on a 2-minute. Take me a while to do that. Then I might be able to find where it hit that again. So here it goes. Anyway, take that line back off here real quick. So this was my break. This is my hold candle. It's kind of, it's not really all that enticing, but can I enter it? Yeah, my number's decreasing over here. It's sitting there right now. Well, there's some 212s. All right, so we'll see. We'll do a quick play here. I'll take whatever I can and profit on this trade. I'll keep my finger on here. I'm not going to use. See, I can use my stop. I can slide this down as it gets green. See how the numbers go up. So I could use my stop to lock in my profits also. But I can't do that yet because there's not enough gap from where I got in to be able to put that in there because the candle breeze, it goes up and down. So you have to wait for it to get way down here before you can start doing it. Can I lock in this $300 right now? Yeah. All I got to do is click that button and it locks in my trade. See, I'm green. Now I'm down to 25 just by letting that sit there that long. Real life, I would have locked that in. You can ask anybody American Dream Trading. I see green, I take it. And I re-enter the trade. That's the beauty of futures, right? So now I'm back up to 13s. I don't see my 211s anymore. So now it shows you that it's going to pull back on me and I'm losing money like crazy right now. See that? Again, this is a paper trading account. It's not real. I'm letting this run for demonstration purposes, right here. So you have to when you see pullbacks, if you're going to be a scalper, this is what you would do. Now, if I was in a 2-minute EWO, I would have already entered this trade clear back here, right? And I would have rode this all the way down, and I wouldn't care about this little pullback. But when you enter late, especially if you're a scalper, you got to be quick on the clicking, right? You got to get in, get out, lock in, because my potential, even if this pulls, my potential for profit is a lot less, right? Because I didn't enter on my break and hold up here, right? This is where I should have got in on this trade. And it doesn't mean I can't enter anywhere else in between, because it's still to the downside. All my indicators are still behind me. But at any time, people could say, oh, this is on sale, I'm going to start buying it. And then you'll get a green candle and start going up. So now, because I jumped in when I did, now I'm on a losing trade. Is it going to pull back down? Well, I'll evaluate. There's 14 nines. I want to see 14s and 13s bottom of my screen. Am I seeing this over here? No, I'm not. Well, there's a quick 13. Peeked its head out for a minute. And there's some 13s. All right, so we may get a little more pullback, right? Maybe. But they're still fighting over the price right now. So let's just say I'm not very confident that this is going to come back down at this moment. And again, an L2 shows you trades that have come in that have been placed but have not been executed. So at any time, anybody can cancel their bid, right, or their ask on the sell side. They can cancel at any time, move it around, move it up, move it down. So you just kind of got to watch this. It's all confusing when you first do, but once you get enough screen time, this all starts to make sense. Right now, it's just craziness, right? So I can see what's going on here most of the time. It's a little harder on the indices because the volume's so high. These things are rolling around like a slot machine tumbler, right? So it's a little hard. Oh, there's some 12s. That's good. 12 showed their hand there. So I'm going to hang here for a minute and see if I can get a little. If I get a hint of green here, I'm going to get out. Right. Right now I'm down $300. So it ain't. You can see it come down here to that same area and touch. So it really doesn't want to break through. So people know this is a legitimate level, which just happens to be right where this regression line's at. It's a regression channel. There's a high of it, there's a low, and there's the middle of it. Call that diddling in the middle. You should never diddle in the middle. Don't get into trade when it's in the middle, unless you got something bona fide that's going to tell you. So, yes, sir. I have an L2. I can bring up, or I mean, a time and sales widget if I want to. I don't use it. It has its place. I just don't. Just a personal preference. I don't use the time and sales. I can see what's going on here in the L2. Time and sales shows you what already happened, right? It shows you the ones that people bought in and the ones that sold. And I can pull a time and sales widget, put it over here. A lot of our members do use it. They like it, right? I don't care what you use. You can draw 100 lines on your chart if you want. It's your chart, right? If it helps you become a better trader, then go for it. The reason I don't do it is because Doug always makes fun of me having too many lines on my chart.
It is a lot of lines.
It is a lot of lines, but it helps me make decisions. So I don't. He's teasing me, of course, right? He knows it's my chart. But I use it and find it effective. See, now I'm in the green again. See, now I'm down here. See how this has all changed that fast? 211s. Now I'm up 225, right? I'm watching my L2. I'm not going to hold on this long. I'm going to lock in that money. I locked in 150. I got lucky. It pulled back down. I'm taking whatever it is. I didn't care if that was 25 bucks. I came out 25 bucks ahead, but it was whatever that said, 150 or whatever it was. So these are the decisions you make using all the available information that's in front of you, right? And you got to make these decisions quickly. And that doesn't happen overnight, right? If it was this easy, everybody'd be doing it, right? Like you'd be going buying your grandma a computer and sit her next side to you, right? Both of you make money. So anyway, yeah, it's the reason Will over there on YouTube Live. Oh, I'm on a 2-minute chart. Why didn't somebody yell at me, Ralph, that I'm on a 2-minute chart? I'm scalping. I was scalping on a 2-minute. Well, maybe I stayed in longer. I do that all the time. Yes, I scalp on a win. It's not you don't have to. It's just you're better off, right? But maybe I wouldn't have stayed in that trade as long, right? It smoothed it out, right?
I wasn't paying attention. I was just
I wasn't
sitting
either.
watching this chaotic.
Well, Will on YouTube says, well, I just got done talking about that I scalp on a 1-minute chart and I got a 2-minute, and he put it on. But no, he was talking about level 2. The time and sale is a personal preference. Like I said, we have a lot of members that like to use it. more power. I don't care if you use a Fibonacci retracement that jumps over Saturn's blue moon on the 3rd day of the 4th month of the 6th year indicator. If that helps you be a better trader, then have at it. Who am I to say, right? American Dream Trading, this is what we use, right? And members are free to use whatever they want. It's not a law. They got to use this, right? They can use whatever they want, but we try to keep it simple. Yes, there's 1,000 different indicators that you can put on your chart, but there comes a point where you have too many things on there, and then you will suffer from analysis paralysis, right? You have so many things to evaluate that you end up making no decision, or you watch a good trade go by you because you were still trying to decide whether to get in. So I prefer to keep it minimum, right? I love Coach's Indicator. I love how we do this. This is part of the paid membership package benefits that come with paid membership. Now, it's not included with the premium, the base level, right? That's kind of an entry level. It's not included with that. It's the only one it's not included with. Every other one of our membership levels this comes with. So here we go. Now we got to pull on SPY, right? Can I enter this? Yeah, I don't have any lines down here, but so I don't even know what my levels are. I said SPY, it's S&P 500. You see some things down here, right? I can pop a line on there real quick, right? There's a quick level. Time I get over here and get on it, it's probably past that already, right? You can see it already broke through that. And this is how I get too many lines on my chart, Doug. I look at something because I don't have it there, and I pop another line on it instead of getting one
I was doing the
lower.
same thing.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's important. Well, I shouldn't say important. That's why you should blank your charts out from time to time. Refresh your charts because you do, especially when you're involved in a trade and you want to mark a level for whatever reason, whatever your logic is, and you end up with this. Do I need all these individual lines here? No, absolutely not. I don't need that line, right? I can get rid of that. Makes it look a little bit better, right? So, but again, it's all your preference. I don't care what you put on your chart; it's yours. Just don't overdo it. Don't put 1,000 indicators on there. It just gets too insane, and then you got to try to figure out what you want to do. You end up not doing anything because you couldn't make a decision. So, anyhow, all right. Any questions? Let's go over there to TikTok. Why do we only have 2.6 thousand likes over? Don't you people like me today? Let's smash that. We got to get that up to over 7,000 today over there on TikTok. Let's start smashing them heart buttons over there. Get her going. Why is Doug, one of my moderators, have the most up there? That's the bad thing. Doug's done more than the people watching for free, and he's a
Yeah, and
moderator.
I'm playing with like 5 screens here. Come on, people.
Why would you let Doug take you to the woodshed on something? What is up with that? You guys ain't gonna let Doug whoop you like that, are you? Even Miranda, there's another one of our moderators. Miranda's on her. Hi, Miranda. Sorry I didn't see you come in. Right? Mike Jones asked, how many candles do you need for a confirmation? Well, basically it's just a breakthrough and then the next start of the next candle that's actually showing, like giving me an indication it's continue to go. So basically 2, right? The one that actually breaks through my level or my indicator, and then the next one forms. Do you have to always do that? No, you don't have to, but you can get your face ripped off. It's just it's a little more conservative, right? If I see it, it's not the guarantee it's going to continue in a direction that it's going, but it is a little stronger indication it may continue that way, right? So I give up that little bit. I give up pennies to save me from losing dollars, basically, right? Yeah, that's money I could have jumped in the minute it broke through there, but could have easily retracted and pulled back, right? And then I would have lost money, right? So that's the reasoning behind me using that as my criteria, right? I got to reload this thing for some reason. It's acting goofy. So it's just a slightly more, maybe somebody that's a pure scalper wouldn't do that. They would just jump in the second it breaks, and that's fine too. It's all in part of what your strategy is. I prefer to wait for the break and hold because it's proven to me over time that it's a better conservative approach to me jumping in too soon, having hopium it's going to continue moving, right? So, good question. Thank you for coming back, Marcus Mike Jones. You're a regular here. Thank you for that. All right. Thank you for the kind words there, Woodsy. We're on TikTok. All right. Oh, Doug, you're back. Good to see you, Doug Moon. I didn't follow up, Doug. Did you get Doug Moon? Did you get into the Discord the other day when you were here? I didn't follow up to see if you did. We have so many people coming, so many things happening there. So good to have you back here either way. And I know you mentioned the other day too that you still have that dirty word that starts with a W that you have to go to. Good to have you here anyway, Doug. Hopefully you can pick up some stuff here, even though you have that 9 to 5 hanging on you, right? Oh, you did get it? Okay, that's right. Okay. I can't remember for sure from one day to the other, you know. Oh, Doug W. Well, good for you, Doug. See that? Doug helped Doug. Good job, Doug. He's a great moderator. He really goes out of his way to help people. It's a good asset to AmericanDreamTrading.com. So it's okay, Doug. This is just you know one thing about where we're at in life right now. We never know if we're building a testimony of our future self right in today's present day, right? You may be building some information, gathering information here today that you're like, oh, I understand that, right? Or I don't quite. Maybe I want to work for more. And then a year from now, you'll look back and say, you know, I started out watching live for free for a while until I got my membership. Look at the difference. My life's changed. You just never know, right? You are building the testimony of your future self right now, and you don't even know it. So, anyway, good to see Brianna. Thank you for those hearts. I had to get my cataract out of the way. Big Country following the host. Thank you very much. Hey, Babe joined. Good to see you. Good to see everybody popping in here. If you pay for L2, we'll give you live data. Yeah, you have to have live. Well, you don't have to, but if you don't pay for live data, even on paper trading, your candles are going to be 10 minutes behind. But when you click to buy and sell, it will be in real time. So it will really mess with your mind, right? Well, my candles are down here, and you click buy, and what you don't know is your candles are 10 minutes behind, but now the price is clear up here, and you'll be buying up here. You're like, what? And it just, you might as well not have data if you're not going to pay for it, right? But yeah, you could get one of the least expensive ones, and especially for futures. The L1 is $11. The L2, what you see over here on my screen, is basically, you might as well say $40 a month, right? So, but you only need the L1, the lesser of, to get the live data. So if you're not actively really trading yet and you don't really understand this L2, just get the least expensive one. That's all you need to get by. But as you're paper trading, are you ready to paper trade yet? That's my other question. How long have you listened? How long have you taken notes? How many things have you watched? How many questions have you asked, right? So don't be in a hurry to spend even that $11 a month if you're not really ready to get to the point where you should even consider paper trading. You have to listen for a long time. What's a long time? A month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years? I don't know. It's everybody learns differently. I can't tell you what that is. But when things start to make sense and meld, and let's just say you're paper trading without actually clicking the button, you're using 10-minute delayed information. You can write down, okay, I would enter right here on this candle, I'm going to do a short to go down. So you could even write down or snap a line, maybe put a pink line in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's things you can do without actually clicking the real buy and sell to kind of just temporarily cheat it until you're ready. I could put some color I don't normally use on my chart, right? You maybe even make it bigger. Let's say I got in here. Let's just say I make it a dash line, right? Oh, this is where I bought, and then I come down here, right? And this is where I sold. Okay. And then you can do the math. I got in at the higher number, got out at the lower number, subtract it, and that'll tell you. You can do the math, figuring out how you did. That's one way to do it. But if you don't have real time data, the candles may in real time be clear up here. So when you click buy and sell, that's where it's going to execute your order in real time, right? It's a fake order, but it still executes in real time. And that just messes with your brain when you see your orders up here and your candles are down here. And that happens a lot, especially with price movement. So I would suggest if you're not really at that point, just do like this. Just do literal paper trade. Mark your entry, mark your exit, and then you can go back and do the math and see if that was a good trade or not, right? It's a cheap, inexpensive way of doing it. And when you're ready, then go ahead and spend the money. There's no sense spending money when you're not ready. Same thing, with memberships, right? All our memberships have different levels, different price points, and they all have their purpose. If your budget doesn't allow the higher end, better, the better. Better's relative. That offers you more opportunities for training and trading, then you start where your account can afford it. And as you build your account over time, little trades here and there, then you can go and think about getting the premium memberships, right? So there's advantages to them all. So we don't want you bankrupting yourself one way or the other. So all right, Gilly. Good to see Gilly, one of our moderators over there on TikTok. Thanks for coming in. What platform am I trading? Do I trade on? I trade on, well, Weeble's my broker. So, I have a Weeble screen here that, I can trade on. I actually have it over here on the side, right? It's just a paper. Let me share this real quick with you. It's just, this is my, again, I just have this up so that I have my L2 running. If I close this, I'll lose my L2 data. But I can trade just the same over here, right? I can click buy and sell. I got buttons over here I can use to buy and sell with, right here. So I just have this set up over here. They're my brokers, Weeble. However, I have my Weeble account tied to my TradingView program that I pay for. I pay for it on an annual basis, but it is a subscription. It's an independent software company. It's for charting, okay? And you have to pay. Go to tradingview.com for further information. It has nothing to do with American Dream Trading whatsoever. I don't make a penny if you go buy a subscription to there. I love it. I really do. And now because they allow me to attach my Weeble account, I can actually use this all in one since I'm already charting here anyway. I don't chart on Weeble, but I can use it to trade. For the longest time, I'd have my Weeble account up executing my trades while watching my chart for my critical levels, and I would click on the actual Weeble software to execute the trade. Well, now I can, because this allows you to link my brokerage account with this, and it doesn't allow all of them. There's a good many of them. Go to tradingview.com for more information. Now I can do both. I can trade with it here in real time out of my Weeble account, even paper trade. I can do that. So I have my live data, my L2 here is linked to this through Weeble, right? Now what you see on my screen, I got like a hybrid. These widgets here that you see on the side, those are actually Weeble's widgets. This is TradingView. So I actually open up widgets, I detach them, drag them over to my screen. So now I have both here I can see visually. So all these things I moved over here. This part here is not actually part of TradingView. It's just part of Weeble's widget. So I'm melding the two together actually. So anyhow, I don't want to get you all confused how I'm doing that or anything like that. So now I could get the best of both worlds. I got probably one of the best charting softwares out there, which is TradingView, and I have my brokerage account linked to this so I can execute trades in real time. I love it. Love doing it this way. So as you can see, the Russell's still there, still trying to break through. Let me get my little goofy lines off here so I don't wonder a day from now why did I put them lines on there. So good. Are you
not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
There you go. We tried to entertain, tried to give you information. I try to, the information that I'm giving you, I learned directly from Coach himself. And hopefully everything that comes out of my big old pie hole is everything that I learned from Coach, right? I don't give you any misinformation. Handy Homeowner, good to see you over there on YouTube. Thank you for the kind words. All right, and we got a little thing people talking about crypto over there, even in our futures lounge. Now, one of the beauties, now, even though we can't technically trade any cryptos, I can trade crypto futures, right? I can go over here, I can trade, I can trade Bitcoin, BTC, whatever, right? I can do that. I can actually trade Bitcoin futures. Why do I like this idea? And actually, they have a nano Bitcoin for like $30. You can trade it. It moves so much every $5. Weeble himself. Now, this is just Weeble specific. You have to check with your own broker. But I could trade Bitcoin and Ethereum on Weeble presently. So they are always adding things. But I haven't seen them announcing they're going to add a whole lot more on the Bitcoin. But they may very well down there. Now, I'm looking at Tradivate. Also, they offer a lot more futures contracts on just my brain dead. Oh, futures, different cryptos you can trade, not just Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's all Weave allows me to trade. But I can still enter a trade here. I can trade this. Why do I like trading futures contracts on, let's just say, Bitcoin versus actually owning Bitcoin? How do you make money on Bitcoin there, Gilly, over there in our live TikTok chat? How do I make money in Bitcoin? Which way does it have to move for me to make money? Huh? Come on, Gilly. What's the answer? Come on. I know you know it. What's the answer? See how much if he's paying attention.
Upside?
That's it. Only to the upside, right? You can't when you're if you own physical Bitcoin. I mean, it's crypto. It's not physical. But let's just say it is. If you bought to buy and held crypto, the only way you make money on crypto is when it goes up, right? If you bought it at 80,000, it's now 90,000. You made 10,000 for every coin you own, right? The beauty of trading the same thing, while I don't own it for the long term, even though I can buy and hold a contract for long term, right? I can hold it as long as I want, really. When it expires, it rolls over to the other. But the beauty of it, trading in the futures, I can make money on Bitcoin like this when it drops. There's nobody that owns any physical Bitcoin at this moment that's making money as we speak. Why? Because the price is dropping. It's been dropping since 9:30 this morning, actually. See, that shows you how
Mark,
much. Yes, sir.
you can short cryptos, but we're
Oh,
not going
okay.
to discuss the details as
Oh,
to
you
how
can.
to do that because it's very convoluted and
Okay.
busy. So you can
Gotcha.
short them. There are ways to do it. It is highly risky.
Okay.
And
See,
the
I just
safest
learned
way to
something.
trade, yeah, the safest way to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum is to do it in futures, where you have controlled contract prices, and it's just it's more regulated that way.
Okay. See, I learned something. I was kind of right, but I was more wrong, right? Thank you for that education. But
You are welcome.
I can trade this, versus being, all right, let me save myself. Let's say you're holding Bitcoin in your cold wallet, right? For the long term. You're losing money right now. How's that? Right? Now, I could trade Bitcoin, make money when it's going down. Apparently you can do that in crypto exchanges also. I wasn't aware of that. So, see, I learned something new today. My day is not wasted. I've learned about 4 different things today, and that was one of them. That just shows you that I don't trade crypto, right? I have an understanding of. I do have a cold wallet, air gap cold wallet. It's not connected to the internet, right? So, okay. Well, apparently it's tough to do it, but you can do it, and it's like anything else. Once you learn how to do it, I guess it's probably not that tough overall. Correct? So,
Not
anyway,
once you get into it.
yep, like anything
They
else.
use leverage just like we use margin.
Okay, cool. Look at the Russell continue to pull. Was I looking at this earlier? Was that ES? What was I looking at? Look at that. Oh man, I'm missing out on all that money again. What about the Qs? Reset my charts here. Again, we are in what hour of the day now? What do we call this hour of the day? We call this the power hour, right? The last hour of the day, what was one of Coach's rules? You don't trade during power hour because of the increased volatility, especially the last 10 to 15 minutes of the day on to the market close at 4 o'clock. If you're not an experienced trader who is 100% accurate with his mechanics and getting in and out of trades, you have no business trading at that time of the day because you can get your face ripped off by the increased volatility, people coming in, coming out. It'll drop a lot. People sell off to take their profits for the end of the day, right? They don't want to hold overnight. And then it'll drop so much that people say, oh, it's a buying opportunity. It's on sale. And then it can shoot all the way up, too. Just depends what people want to do. So, anyway, that's how we do that.
Can I ask a question, Mark?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so I'm just trying to get my head around when you go short something like a futures
Hmm.
on the trade widget. Are you just hitting sell?
Correct. To 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 short a contract, in other words, you're shorting it. You sell to buy it. You're saying, I'm selling it. I think the price is going down. So I would sell to get into the trade for a downward trend. That's shorting it. I'm selling the short, and to get out of it, I buy it, right? The blue button to get out of it, or I use my stops or click the button. Yeah, so shorts is the inverse of buying. So when you buy, when you're going long, you buy if you think the price is going up, and if you think it's time to get out, then you do what? You sell it, right? I bought something, I'm going to sell something. Shorting it, you're basically borrowing it in a roundabout way, right, against your margin. I'm selling it for less than what I bought it, so I'm really using my margin now. To get out of it, I buy it back at a lesser price, and the difference between the two is your profit. So, yeah. So it's until you first do that because you think, well, if I'm buying something, I need to sell it when I want to get rid of it, right? Is that true? Is that true anywhere? Right? I want to buy something, and if I don't want it anymore, I sell it. Well, it's just the opposite. It's the inverse whenever you're shorting. I sell it first at a higher price, and to get out of it, then I buy it back at a lower price, and that's how you make your profit, right? Because I basically borrowed against it to get that short. So you have to get that down, get that understanding. I actually prefer to short. I think it's all psychological. It's got nothing to do with one's better than the other. And I've heard a lot of our members say the same thing anecdotally. They'd rather short. It's easier for them to see the screen and what it's doing, right, at any given time. I talked about watching these numbers down here. You want to see those get smaller if you're in the short, right? You want to see these prices start decreasing. This whole row here, right? That gives you an indication that it's going to pull down even further, especially if you have a ginormous order. See, these are all in the teens. If you'd see like a 50 or 100 order down here at the bottom, then that really acts as a magnet. Because why should I sell or buy at 102 when I come down here, let's just say 100, where this other guy's at with this humongous order, right? So there's a lot of psychology involved with that also, right? So that'll cause people to move their orders around.
And then on your setting, is it always limit or market?
That's whatever you want to do. I myself, I'm a pure market in, market out. Every one of my orders. And that's up to you. Market does not give you the best fill. You're going to get filled wherever that candle's at that given time. A limit order means only buy or only sell at this price. It's kind of like a guarantee, right? It's going to get you the best price depending on what you're doing, right? Overall, I mean, it's not that simple, but basically, if you want to think of it that way, I'm determining what price I want filled at.
I always took market as you're handing somebody a blank check.
Yeah, well, you are in effect, right? If you happen to click buy as you get a big candle, you may have thought you clicked down here at the bottom of the candle because it moves so fast, you may be getting filled at the top of the candle. That happens in high volatility, high volume. Yeah, you cannot get you may not get the best fills. I just like the simplicity of it. Get in, get out. I ain't worried about what it is. I've already made my decision to buy it. I've already made my decision to sell it. Can I make a few dollars more by doing limit orders and predetermining the exact price I want it filled at? Yeah, you can. That's what this price ladder here. Now I don't trade. I don't even know if I've ever conducted a live trade. I've played around with the paper, but I can come up here and pick whatever price I want. Right? I can come up here and pick this, sell down here, whatever. Right? And I'll do that. So yeah, there's all kinds of options, different ways to buy and sell. It's just whatever one you like. I'm just a pure market in, market out. I ain't messing around. I'm not going to take the extra time that it takes the other couple seconds to predetermine what I want to pay, right? I don't care. Overall, I get very good fills, right? About the only time you don't is if you get these huge, like we call them gamma candles. They're not really gamma candles in the futures market, but we call it that from our stock option trading days. So yeah, so something like this, yeah, you're probably not going to get a good fill. But everyday candles, right? The average size candles, your fills are going to be pretty good overall. That's why I don't get too excited about it. Now if I notice all the time I'm getting horrible fills, yeah, well, I might change my ways, right? So that's why I do that. And I just leave it. You see, every now and then I get upset if I'm demonstrating something here and it's on a limit order because I clicked off of it. I'm like, dang it, why did my order filled? Oh, got filled on a limit, right? And I missed that run. Now I got to slide it up to catch that limit order, slide it up to catch up with the order, and that ends up going against you if you do that very often. So I just prefer the simplicity of the market. Don't worry about it. I'm in and out so much, I don't even notice really where I got filled in. I know where I got filled, but in relationship to the candle, when I click the button, I made the decision to buy, and amount of milliseconds it takes me to click a mouse, I'm not going to get hung up on that personally. That's just me. That's my opinion. That $1.25 will get you a small cup of coffee at McDonald's. Take it for what it's worth. Try it both ways. See what you like. See how your fills are. Depends on your reaction time. It depends on your internet connection, right? All those things. So, good. Just the same way, and I see the comment going up there with Doug. The two Dougs, about having a hardwire system versus running your systems off wireless, right? If you got a desktop system you're trading on, it should be hardwired. Then a few more, does it really matter? Yeah, it can, right? Going wireless versus being hardwired directly in with your cable. It is actually better to do it that way most of the time, right? And a few milliseconds could make a difference sometimes, right? Whether you want to buy that or not, it's up to you, right? So, all right. Let's see what else. We got any other questions going on up there? We're not even at 5,000 likes? Are you guys mad at me today? We're not even at 5,000 likes on TikTok today. Come on. Jiminy Christmas. How are we doing over there on the thumbs up on YouTube? Do we have as many thumbs up as we do followers? No. Only about half of you presently watching have clicked the thumbs up button. You want to go over there and give me a thumbs up? That helps our logarithm, right? Helps us show up more often. So I appreciate it if you would go over there and give us a thumbs up. Right now, only 50% of you have done that. Probably didn't think about it because I didn't ask you to, right? So, how did I learn how to do this? Where did I learn how to do all this that I've been yabbering on for the last hour and a half? Well, let me give you a good overview of what we offer here at American Dream Trading as far as our membership packages go. All right. I'll play this. It's about a 5-minute video. Again, for our paid members over on our Zoom call, you will not see nor will you be able to hear the video as it plays. So just please keep your mics muted. If you have anything to say or call out, just type it into the Zoom chat. Again, paid members, you will not hear this. And I'm going to start playing it right now. Here's a little bit from Coach himself about AmericanDreamTrading.com.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center. So any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first. Plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 $200 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently, at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the Trading View indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos, like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to AmericanDreamTrading.com.
And there you go. There's a good overview from Coach himself on everything you can get at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Make sure you go over there and grab that free Discord. We had a lot of people join our free Discord today. So make sure you go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com, scroll down on our website, and jump in there and scroll down. About halfway down, you'll see the link to join the free Discord, and you can get in there and ask questions. You can take a deep dive into some of the things that we offer in there for free. There's discounts, there's educational videos, documents, all kinds of stuff. Get in there and say hi. Tell them you came from the future, which is what we are doing here. All right. We are in Power Hour. We're getting to that place of increased volatility. Can I enter trade here to the downside? Would I enter this trade now? Could I? Yeah. Does it look like it's going down, 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 down? It should have got in way up here, right? Look how much this has gone down just why we were since since we started this program. Been downhill. If I'd have got in up here, where was my break and hold? Right here's where I would have got in at. That was at 249. It's been going downhill ever since, right? Could I enter a short here? Yes, but I'm in late to the game. So if I decide that I want to go into a short, right, I can do it this way. I'll set a stop loss, right? I can enter a short here. Now, this is very risky. And the reason I'm kind of doing this on purpose, is I want to show you what happens if we suddenly get a lot of people where they say this is really volatile and they start buying here at the bottom and this thing shoots up. I'm thinking, it could always happen. I mean, it could continue down too. But you never know. It gets down so low, people will, in a world. Anyway.
You might want to have the right L2 up.
Yeah. Thank you for that. go. I'm on the ES now. Oh, look at these big. Oh, did you see that big order? Look at 500. Oh, that's Bitcoin. I didn't click on the dumb thing. There we go. I'm like, whoa, that was a
I
big
was
order.
gonna say that they
It's
don't
like, where'd that come
usually get
from?
that big.
Yeah, I don't see that. I'm like, holy cow. Well, there's a 200. Look at how big this one is. 58.20. Where's 58.20? 58.20 is now pretty much where it's at right now. Down a little bit. I'm gonna let this run. Just to let it run. Again, this is a simulated account. It's not real money, so don't get excited, right? But a lot of times, even though this looks like it's going down, we could get down here so low, and people are like, it's on sale. Let's buy, right? You jump in there, and then it could shoot straight up, and then it'll go up so high, and then everybody will take the profit at the top. See, shit, never thought of that. Let me get rid of my stop. Let me do. You're never supposed to trade without a stop. I just want to show you though. I'll put a stop in, but I'll make it huge. All right, let me.
Is that blue line your 9?
Yes. Yep. So I'm gonna put a large stop in here, even though this is going to the downside. I'm putting this way up here out of the road. But if I would lose $12,000 out of my account if I let that go all the way up there. Right now I'm only down 200. Again, would I do that in real life? No. But I want you to see the volatility if it does happen. It may continue down. The trend is down. I'm going against, I'm doing a short here. You can see how fast you lose money, right? We'll just see here in the last 15 minutes what happens, whether this shoots all the way up. If we look back on this later and this is gone, that means I lost $12,000. That wouldn't be good for my account, would it? Right? But if you don't use a stop and this thing takes off, you will destroy your account instantly. It'll vaporize, and you will be done, and you have no more money. So I'm just going to let this sit here, thinking people might sell off for the end of the day. I mean, it's already bottom lows. I mean, it's really low. Where are we at percentage-wise for the day? We are down on now we're down a percentage. Remember we talked about that? Somebody said, let's crash. Well, it was only at 0.85. Now it's down 2%. That's a significant drop. I don't care who you are, right? Anything might have a better chance of going up being down so low, right? People are going to start buying in, getting this cheap. But well, we could do it. Let's do it this way. Let me cancel this out. We'll buy it alongside just to see if it goes back down where it was at. So now I'm going to buy. Okay, here's my stop. I'm going to move way down here out of the road. See if there's a big sell-off and goes against me. Or there could be a big buy and I can all of a sudden make money. This would be pure gambling, right? I'm not looking to see what's going on here. You can never, quite frankly, trust what you see because this is the end of the day and some big whale comes in here and dumps a lot of money into it and the thing takes off and then it gets up and they dump it all and everybody freaks out and starts selling and it can be right back, if not worse, than where it was when it started. This is why Coach has this explicit warning not to trade. It's one of his rules to be trading during this time of the day. Okay? So this is now to the upside. Actually, this is not a bad trade if you want to get in here and scalp this. Broken beneath above the 9. There's the 9. There's my break, and there's my hold. It's actually above the 21. Now it's still a weak trade, but it's tradable, right? But I got to break through all these different levels going back up now to get up here. So I can have a line right there if I wanted one, right? I'm going to leave that goofy color there so I don't forget to delete it later. Wonder why I put a line there. So you can see how volatile this is. I'm down 125, down 187, down 250. Now I'm up to 250. It was a $400 price swing in a matter of seconds. So this is why you never trade without a stop, because if this decides to sell off, right, bam, I'm out that money. I'm just leaving this out of the way just in case we get a massive pull. I actually don't even need one. Really no point in having it because I'm playing a game, right? But I will show you how you can use stop. See, I can come up here. I'm into profit. Now, I'm not up high enough to really move my stop up above because the candle breathes too much. But if this happens to climb, I'll show you here. See, my stop says if it comes down this far, I'm going to lose $6,000. But if I'm into profit, like once it goes green, I can move this above where I bought it at. And then if it pulls back, I'm guaranteed $300. If I, as the price goes up, I slowly move up my stop. I still want to keep a distance to allow this candle to breathe, right, before I do anything. So, now I'm up $800, right? Again, fake money. This is how you do it. I would have entered that trade for a quick scalp. Would I still be sitting in this? Honestly, no. I would take my trade out at right here at this level, because this here is where some other candles kind of naturally stopped. So I would probably be getting this out now just because it's close enough to that level and it's going to pull back. I'm going to let it run just for the sake of letting it run. So I would have locked in $1,200 right there, right? So
You could shed a couple contracts and let the runners run, like Coach does.
what's shedding? I don't know what that is.
That's right. I'm sorry. That's a swear word for you.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yes, Coach teaches a shedding technique. I could have got rid of 3 contracts or 2 contracts, locked in my guaranteed profit. And I'm upfront and honest. The coach even knows I don't shed usually, but I can. So how would I shed? Well, I can go up here, seeing I'm going long. I can go up here sell, and I can change how many. Let's say I want to go 2 contracts I want to sell off, right? Lock in my profits, which I have none now. Pulled back already. So I would go up there, enter how many of the 5 I want to sell. I can put 2 in there. This goes back green. I'll show you. I mean, I could still do it. You'll see here, it shows I have 5 contracts. It's little number 5 here, see it? So if I want to, even if I want to limit my downside right now, but you shed to lock in profit. So if I want to sell off 2 of these, there I can guarantee myself profit. Bang, there. Now I only have 3 contracts. See how that works? I can go up there and do the same thing over and over until I'm out of money, right? Until I'm out of contract. So I'll wait till it goes up. If it goes up again, I can shed some more, right? Especially since this is teetering here. See how it didn't break through that level there? See how that works? People know where levels are at. So now I can lock off. There we go. I'll lock in some more money. Now I only have 2 contracts left. I can do the same thing again. I see money up there. If this moves up a little bit more, gets close to that line, I'm going to sell another one. And I'll let the last one run. Get back up here. I waited too long talking. That's a problem when you're talking. My finger don't work right. So we're down. We got less than 9 minutes left in the day. Now I'm losing money again, right? So now I can also shed to reduce my losses too, right? And I can cut that. You can do it either way, right? Many people don't do that. Okay, well I'm up. Now I'm up $100 per contract, 200. All right, I'm gonna shed one more. Now I only have 1 left, and I have $100 left that I'm making on this one last thing, right? So I locked in my profits. That last shed I locked in $100 because it said 200 when I clicked the button. That was on 2 contracts. That means one of those contracts was worth 100 each. So, do I do this? No, I don't. Honestly, I don't shed. I'm all in or all out. That's just how I trade. So, the coach teaches that principle. You should shed. In the long run, it guarantees and locks in your profits because they're not profits until you lock it in. Like right now, what if this would have pulled? Well, at least I already guaranteed. The only one I'm losing money on is my last one, right? If this suddenly knife drops, but I already locked in 4 out of the 5 and guaranteed my profits. So can you see the logic? Starting to lose my voice. Can you see the logic on that, right? Lock in, you shed, you lock in your profits. And no matter what, you end up with a green trade. So now I can get rid of this one here. If this don't break through here this time, I'm going to let it run. See, I would have got out of this already because it's approaching that level again. It doesn't look like it wants to break through at what is that? 50 level, 46 level. See how these numbers here, there's not even really 46s down to here. So it may not break through right here right now. They're fighting over the price too much. But I'll let my last one run. That's called letting your runners run. I took profit, guaranteed myself a profitable trade. Now I'm going to let this one go. Right? Will I let it go to 0? Well, I can, right? I don't want it to go negative per se on me. So what I might do is just go ahead and move my stop up, right? That way, what's the most I'm going to lose? $100, right? Or I can move it up to right where above where you're paid for it. That no matter how much this pulls, I guarantee my profit. Do I use my stops to stop me out? Maybe 20% of the time. If I get a really nice rise, let's say I got in down here, yes, I will move my stop once it gets way away from me, right? Just in case. But I also keep my finger on the button because this locks in 100%. This only locks in a portion of that, right? So if I put that right there, which I'll probably get stopped out if I do, yeah, good thing I didn't let go. See that pull back to that candle there? That's why it's not enough room here to really do this and not have you stopped out immediately. So I'm just better off leaving this out of the road for right now. If it breaks through this little dotted line here, yeah, I'll slide it way up there. But till then, I'll just keep my finger on the button. So if I hit this X, it closes my position and locks in my profit. Works that way. We'll see what happens here, whether this thing takes off and goes to the moon or everybody dumps it, right? So we're letting this run. I'm still green, right? Again, Mark in real life doesn't do this. He takes his profit as he sees it, right? So just stop way out of the way just so it don't. If we can break and hold above this, I'll slide my stop up, show you how to protect your guarantee. You guarantee yourself a green trade, like Coach says to do, right? Just one way of doing it. I can guarantee myself 100% by clicking this box right here. But by doing that, letting it run, I'm going to move my stop. Let's just say I move my stop up here. Well, I'm willing to take $275 if this thing can continue to climb. Or what if it suddenly pulls back because I don't see it coming? Somebody dumps a bunch of orders. Well, what's $275 in any day is good money, right? I don't care who you are. Anybody here turn down $275? I know I wouldn't. I don't care how much money I got. I wouldn't turn down $10. So if this breaks and holds here, I'm up $700. If this gets one more candle here, I'm going to move my slide. I can do it now. No big deal. Let's just say I'm going to guarantee myself $162 no matter what. But if I click this button right now, I can make $700. But I'm going to let it go. I can keep going here. If this gets, this here is driving me nuts, just so you know. I'm not used to staying in here. What I do, I would take that 700 right now and then re-enter. Take some more money and re-enter, rinse and repeat. But we're going to let this go. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Let the runners run. Now I can slide my stop up if I want. I'll keep it right below the bottom of that candle in case it pulls back, right? I'll let it go. I'm up $800 basically, right? I'm guaranteed 400 no matter what happens. This knife drops, I'm guaranteed $400 no matter what I do. No matter what poor decision I make at this point, I'm going home with $400 on just this last contract. I've already locked in hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the other ones that I shed. We got about 3.5 minutes, less than 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes left in the trading day. So this thing could really go up, or people will start taking a profit here because we're almost out of time for the day. So do I want to slide my stop up? Yeah, I will again if this moves up here, because I'm just afraid it's going to pull back here. Or I can lock it and I can take the 800. Like I said, I would have locked that 800 in real life, the way I trade. Now I stand a chance of just losing this trade at 400. But we'll leave it there. We'll show you this is how you lock in profits, right? You're all saying, click the button, take the money. Yeah, I would. I just want to show you the value of moving your stops up as it climbs. Would have been a better exercise if I got in there here off this double bottom bounce, but I didn't, so I'm in late. Right? So can I slide this up more? Yeah, I can go up 500 if I want. But that wick's so close, I can pull back and get me, right? So we'll see here. I'll wait till that blows up above that line before I decide I'll lock in 400. How's that? Nice even round number for you. It is up. I am up 800. So I'm willing to give up 50% of profit to let this thing climb to the moon if it does that. See what I'm saying? This open anymore because I'm not making another trade, right? So I'm watching. Don't look like it wants to break through there yet. Why? Because there's other levels here. That's another level. It's got to break and hold above that to continue upward to the next. And this is a lousy time of the day to have hopium, and it's going to do that. There's just too much volatility. People selling and buying right now. Right? So here we go. Hopefully you're learning something here today. Picked up a few tidbits. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Type in a 1 if you liked what you saw today. Make sure, more importantly, you subscribe to the channel and share the videos. We are here from 2 to 4 p.m. each and every day. American Dream Trading. We are here live 3 times daily. Coach live from 9 to 11 Eastern, Monday through Friday. I am live with the Futures Education Program from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern every day. I'm going to move my stop up. Now, Dawn is live starting at 5 p.m. tonight Monday through Friday, over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. It's the aftermarket. It's kind of laid back. They have a good time over there, laugh, giggle, act goofy sometimes. Um, and it's a little bit different. You can still ask questions, and you'll still get training over there also. So right now, if this pulls back, I'm going to make $662.50. Okay, I am up 850, so I have tightened my stop up. I got less than 30 seconds left, so I'm going to move this up even tighter. If I get stopped out, so be it. I'm guaranteed $725. I'm moving my stop up because there's only 15 seconds left to trade. Now, if this happens to shoot up right at 4 o'clock, I'm going to click this button and take the profit. There's 1,000, 1,075, 1,125, 11,762, 1150, 1125, 1150, 1,200, 1,237, 1,245. Bang, I'm out. And what did that say? 1,100, whatever, $50. Thank you all for being here today. This concludes today's episode. This episode and all our other past episodes will be available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. I appreciate you and thank you all for being here today. Thank you for asking questions. It's your questions that makes this show better because we want to know what you want to know. And we try to answer those questions. Am I right all the time? No. I don't know everything in the world. I found out today something about Bitcoin that I wasn't aware of, right? So I learned while I was here today. So hopefully you did too. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same bat channel. Glad you could be here. Brighten up somebody's day. Put a smile on their face because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Thank you and see you. We're off the air. I've never really looked because the market don't close for a while yet, right? I've never really looked to see after the, we're done at 4, but you can actually trade, right? SPY till 4:15 or whatever. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen some, but we haven't had the last week. I haven't really. We captured one time. It went all the way up and all the way down. I think still climbing, right? So that's kind of unusual, right? Well, other than it just got the bottom. Yeah, thanks everybody. One of these days I'm actually going to write out a script, an opening script. I do everything off the top of my head. I don't write nothing down. I should, yeah, a little bit. I like answering them. Just the one that was on TikTok first, I thought he was gonna, but he said, "Oh, thanks for the answer." I'm not going to shy away from an answer. I'm not going to ever apologize for that we're subscription based or how much they cost. You don't want to buy it, don't buy it. You don't have to go out and buy that Corvette. Go buy a little Honda. I don't care what you do. Oh, was that me he was talking about? I didn't see one or two of them. Yeah, I see there was one or two that Doug and Don and them. I'm like, I didn't see what they said. All right, I'm trading the same way I always trade. Only thing I did on this trade that I don't do is let it run. I'm in and out. I mean, if I see $200 or $400, I'm taking it. I'm not letting it run. I bank mine on the way up. That's the same to me. That's the same way as shedding. If I want to justify why I don't shed, I shed 100% and jump back in. It's not shedding. It's not shedding, but you know. So I don't care. People got black hearts. Generally, when you see a bunch of trolls come in pretty quickly, it's a bunch of guys from the same place that want to come in and try to sow discord. I was going to actually, uh, after I answered his question, said thank you. I was going to actually mute him, but Doug beat me to it. So. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, you're gonna have that, right? If coach wasn't successful, we wouldn't have trolls, right? So there you go. I don't. I've never went anywhere and ever trolled anybody like that. Never. I don't care. I don't care if they're completely nuts. I've never even went over and said you're an idiot or any of that kind of garbage. I've never done that. I don't get it.